What is cracking, you fishing jamokes? Once again, it's your boy Eastern PA Fishing here, and once again, we are on another fishing mission. Today's goal is to hit as many spots as possible and catch as many fish as possible. I know it sounds simple, but the creek we are fishing today is a natural wild brown trout stream. So these fish aren't always that easy to catch, and they aren't always the biggest fish, but we are definitely going to have a whole bunch of fun catching a whole bunch of fish. So stay tuned, should be a good episode. Let's get right to the fishing. Well, everybody, we made it down to the creek, and it is absolutely flowing right now. I am trying to fish with a soft plastic, or at least I want to start out with that, but a moving bait might really do well in this creek, especially when it's this high and this murky. All right, so first full-length video of 2024. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be extremely pissed because these bad boys right here, the 2024 Pennsylvania trout fishing license with the stamp, are going for a grand total of $42 this year. That is absolutely insane. I don't even remember what they were last year. I think they were like 35 or something like that. So that's a pretty big increase. Let's get the first cast going here. See if there's anything right in front of us. I could take off my strike indicator, make this sink down a little bit, but I don't know, man. This creek is absolutely pumping. I don't think I've actually ever seen this creek up so high. It's pretty impressive. Bust out a brand spanking new 1/16 of an ounce rooster tail spinner. The color is brown trout. I'm still gonna use a natural color despite the water clarity being absolute butt, because the big thing about spinners is the vibration. That's what really attracts the fish. But the natural color will also make the fish want to bite it once they get up close to it. We have the spinner all tied up. Let's get to fishing. So I guess we can count this as spot number one, once we do a couple more casts with the spinner and probably not catch anything. This is right off the main trail. A lot of people do get to fish this spot. I feel like this is a good fishing opportunity because this water is never this high. But at the same time, this water is never this high. So these fish might not be too used to biting in this stuff. We definitely have to find some spots with little breaks in the current, because it is a little hard to fish this spinner. Let's keep moving. We're gonna head upstream as far as we can today. It's gonna bounce in and out of holes. Nothing at the first two holes, but we still have miles of creek in front of us. I typically like to use a little bit of a smaller rooster tail when I'm here, in the rare case that I'm fishing a spinner at this creek. But due to the current, I need to use something a little bit bigger, or else it'll just get washed downstream too quick. I'm experiencing that problem with this one a little bit, but definitely not as much as I would with a 1/24 of an ounce or something smaller. Once this thing hits the current, it really gets smacked around. I have to move upstream a bit. Now, sometimes there's even stuff up in these shallows. When the water's up like this, it's good to fish almost everything. But sometimes even these little rips will have something in them. Here's another nice pool. Usually don't have any luck here though. Still looking for the first bite of the day. Well, we are covering water quick. It's one thing I can say about the spinner. Definitely cover a lot more water than you would fishing a soft plastic. You just spend a lot of time fishing a soft plastic. Yeah, I'm hoping that there's something big hanging along this laydown. Maybe if I run my spinner by it a few times, it'll come out. This current is really not making it easy for me to fish at all. Oh, that was a bite. First bite of the day. So let's run through here again. I never really use a line swivel when I'm fishing a spinner. You get line twists, sometimes you can just let it spin out before you make your next cast. Yeah, I'm really just not getting down to the strike zone. I wonder if a soft plastic with a big split shot on there would catch me some fish. Thought I had another little bite. I'm gonna keep fishing with this spinner. Is there something that might work better? Probably. But at the same time, we're getting bites. So we probably shouldn't give up on this just yet. Let's keep moving. another spot. Moving upstream once again. Yeah, I might have to go back to the soft plastic. A couple little bites I've gotten so far are not enough to convince me that the spinner is the way to go today. Next thing I might try will probably be a jerkbait. I don't know if that's going to do much better. Well, there goes my rod. Well, I guess in a sense it was a good day to come out here, because so far I'm the only one I've seen out here, but at the same time the fishing isn't really too great. Oh, there we go. Oh man, he came off. Dude came right up in front of us and grabbed it. Well, there is some action on the spinner. Best action we've had so far. Once again, the Berkeley trout worms for the second time today. This time we are using the chartreuse color. All rigged up. Let's get out there. Just a split shot on the end of there so we can get some depth. Hopefully this is going to be what these fish want. And that's definitely what they wanted. First cast, we have the first fish of the day here. Let's land this dude. First one of the day, no giant, but a beautiful fish nonetheless. And he's off. All right, so the color change was definitely a good idea. We should be able to catch a couple more here, but I am not trying to waste too much time at any particular spot because we want to cover a lot of water, fish a bunch of different holes, and catch a lot of fish. So we're just gonna fish until the bite dies down. Hopefully catch a couple more out of here. Today is proving to be quite challenging. This is a pretty nice rip. It's gonna be hard to fish my soft plastic once again. There should be some bigger fish in this hole. Hopefully we can come across one of them. Double the split shots, hopefully not double the snags. It's usually what happens. I feel like I should have put on this extra split shot a little bit earlier. Could have fished those last set of holes a little bit better. But there are still a lot of fishing spots to hit and more fish to be caught. There we go. Got this one. Number 2 for the day. I knew there was going to be one here. Another beautiful wild. A little bit bigger than the first. Still nothing to write home about though. Number 2. A challenging day of fishing is finally starting to pay off. There we go. That is a nice one. At least it feels good in the current. Stay on, man. About freaking time. Yeah, he seems pretty good. Oh, just about the same size as the last one we caught. We will take him though. Another decent brownie. Finally, dude. That took long enough. Come on, dude. You're not even hooked anymore. It's just biting on the end of that barbless hook. There we go. Number 3 for the day. Let's keep moving. Let's head further upstream. Ah, I had a little bite. Do a couple more casts here, and then we're gonna move. Kind of get hung up on the spots that I get a bite at. And the reason is because the bite is just so darn poor right now. There we go. That is a nice one. That is a real nice wild. Got to keep this dude on. Yes, dude, that is the one we came here for. That is a giant male. Yeah, dude. Get in here, my dude. Yo. That is a fatty, dude. That is a fat wild brown. Look at that dude. He's got his little kite starting to come in. Man, that is a gorgeous one. Let's get this dude back. And there he goes. Well, that dude definitely made today worth it. That was a good freaking brown for this creek, guys. The little wild fish in this creek very rarely get to that size, and the ones that do are pretty darn hard to catch. Try another cast at this hole. Oh, there is another, dude. Next cast. About half the size, but we will take him. I swear, these are like the feistiest little fish. And another one for the day, probably the smallest. And he's off as well. All right, well, 2 in a row. Can we get another from this hole to nail the hat trick? Oh man, I had him too. That would have been the hat trick. 3 in a row, but we didn't get it. Last cast in this hole, and then we are definitely going to keep on moving. Quite a few of them here though, especially if I'm getting bit every cast. Oh my gosh, had another one on there. Seems like they're right there, so we're going to cast just a little up in front of it. See if we can get one to come out. No, I already said last cast, but you know how that goes. Should be able to at least get another bite here. There we go. Oh man, well, we had another bite. He came off of there though. This is some good action from this spot. Dude, it's the same spot every time. All right, well, we finally have some numbers in the bag. Was able to catch quite a few from that one hole. So we are heading upstream once again in hopes of finding some more. This creek is just absolutely great. The next stretch of creek that is actually pretty good is far upstream. So we're gonna shut off the GoPro now to conserve battery. And hopefully when we get there, we're gonna catch some more trout. This GoPro does not have much left, but I feel like we can still capitalize and pull some more out of here. Let's keep moving and let's keep fishing. Another spot. Now, I usually never fish this hole because this is an extremely well-known hole. A lot of people hit it, usually gets a lot of pressure. I usually don't have much luck here, but since the water clarity is absolute garbage today, it actually might be a good hole to try. Shoot. Almost ate it. Wasn't recording. Another fish for the day. Wet the hands. Come on, my slippery dude. Hook slides right out. And there's another trout. Not much charge left here, guys. So this might be the last stretch that I'm able to hit today. GoPro doesn't last forever. Although on days like this, I kind of wish it did. Well, everybody, I think that is going to wrap it up for today's adventure. I had myself a good day out here and caught a fair amount of fish, but not nearly as many as I wanted to catch. And I also didn't cover half the ground that I wanted to. Anyway, one thing I have to talk about before we get out of here. The freaking fishing licenses are 42 bucks this year, guys. That is almost $10 more than they were last year. Pretty unbelievable. But that is definitely something you guys want to keep in mind. Start saving up your money if you don't have a good income. And be prepared, because the price is never going to go down. It will probably go up and up every single year for the rest of your life. Anyway, I hope you guys all like the content. If at any point in time you did, please scroll down below, hit that thumbs up button. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Eastern PA Fishing here. You know what it is by now. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay tuned, and always stay fishy.